Hello, this is Mr. Rio, and I'm for my first time making a tutorial using a software called Snagit, and I'm going to do this to finish up our table resume since the one I had posted was not complete, and also it was on a Mac, so this will be on a Windows computer. So I'm kind of new at this, so bear with me, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, so as you can see here, and you'll see me look kind of weird here in the thing, but this is a mostly completed table resume. So this is actually quite simple. Let me just explain what you do here. This top part here is straightforward. All you do is type the text, center it, just use a standard center you're going to find on the home toolbar up there, and that's not too bad. Up here you can go ahead and make this bold and a little bit bigger. Maybe make it at least 14 point or 16 point, probably 14 points fine. And we want, when you type this original email address and hit return, it put in a hyperlink. We definitely don't want that hyperlink. So we're going to do a right click, and in the right click we're going to, should be a remove hyperlink here somewhere. Well, there used to be. Let me try that again. Oh, I may have already removed it now that I think about it. But when you first do the remove, if you haven't removed it, you go down here and do a remove. It's not up here now because I've already done it. But what I do have to do after I remove it, because for some weird reason it stays blue and underlined, so it still looks like a link. So I just highlight this right here, and then I take off the underline, and you can change the text color back to black, and then it will look like, then be back to normal now. We don't want the hyperlink in there, and we don't want it to look like a hyperlink. Now, then the next line's here, objective. Now, what I originally asked everyone to do is rough type it. Rough type it means we're not focusing on any of the formatting. We're not doing any bolds, italics, or any of the special formatting. We're just getting our text up here. So I'll come back in a moment and do this here, how we're going to edit that. But for your rough typing, just type objective, hit return, and type this, let it wrap around, and we'll come back to it to finish the formatting. Now, for these three areas here, education, work experience, and volunteer experience, this involves tables. So because I don't want to delete stuff I already made, I'm going to do a demonstration down here near the bottom. I'm going to pretend I want that one of these tables right underneath here. So this is, just showing you how to make the table. So you put your cursor where you want the table. So if it's up here, say it's under education, you type education, you hit return, your cursor is going to be right there. And same thing with under work experience, and same thing with under volunteer experience. So you put your cursor there. Then we just want a simple 2x2 table. So you go to insert toolbar, which you may not see in this tutorial, but it's up here on top. I'm not sure how much of this screen is covered in the tutorial. And then you pull down table, which is right underneath it. And you go to insert table, and it'll bring up this little box here, and you do a 2x2, so it's 2 columns by 2 rows. So that's how you do that. Then you hit OK. It creates one of these. Okay, now you see we have the middle line here lined up at the 2-inch marker with the ruler way up on top. Drag this here over like that. Okay, and line it up as best you can around the same place. Now, that's how these three tables all got started. They all look like this. And as you typed in them, you type, you hit return, you type, you hit return, and so forth. They expand. I'm not going to do that right now, but they will automatically expand, and it'll look more like this. So you can see the information that goes under education. You got your years, and then you got all this info. Now for here, when you got after PowerPoint, you don't want to hit return there. Hit return after InDesign. So that's the one exception in this group of information here. Just keep typing after PowerPoint, let it wrap around to here, and hit return there. I'll explain why in a little bit. Okay, so that's how we did that. Now we actually don't need one of these under references, so I'm going to delete it by putting my cursor in there. I'm going to click on this little handle that pops up here, and I'm just going to hit backspace, which deleted it. So we don't actually need one there. But that's, I just reviewed there how to put in a 2x2 table, which is exactly how we made these. Then after we made these, under education, under work experience, under volunteer experience, we typed in all of our info. So this is just rough typing. We did not put in the bullets. We didn't put in the bold or italic or anything like that. We're going to do that now. Okay, so we also have to format the objective, education, work experience, and so on. So we're going to do that also right now. Actually, we're going to do that first before we do anything within the tables. So I'm going to highlight objective, or I could probably just click in there if I wanted to. First I'm going to make it bold, then I'm going to make it 14 point. So it's going to be a little bit bigger, and we want italic. So I made it bold, italic, and 14 point. Now we got to add what's called a border line underneath here. That's how we get that line going across on the resume. So I'm going to go up to insert. No, not insert. Sorry about that. Layout. Oh, actually, I could probably go right up here. Well, that's when I get to there. So that'd be something else. Okay. I'm going to go up to layout, and I'm looking for the border here. I forgot where it was. Might be on design. Okay, it is on design. So I go to design, which you may not be able to see in this tutorial. It's up here. Click on design tab, go way over to the right, and go to page borders. And it's going to bring up this dialog box. Hopefully this will come up here and there. Now when it first comes up, it comes up on this little tab called page. We're not actually doing a page border. You were doing the one next to it where you just click border. So click this little tab right here, and then we're going to do a custom border. So go down here at the bottom and click on custom. By default there's none. Okay, now remember we only highlighted this word, objective. That's it. I think you just put your cursor in there too, but I like to highlight. Double click, highlight it. So I got custom right there. We leave this on default, which is a thin black line, which is just perfect what we need. Now over here you can pick what lines you want. You want a line on top, you want a line on bottom, a line on the left, on the right, or you can do all the above, or how many you want to do as far as your border. We just want the bottom. Okay, it's going to go all the way across underneath. So we got custom, we leave the defaults here in the middle. We click this one right here to get the bottom. This says paragraph. Every time in Microsoft Word, when you type a word or a sentence or even a literal, what you normally think of as a paragraph, and don't hit return to the end, it treats it all as a paragraph. So every time you hit return, even if it's after one word, to Microsoft Word, that is a paragraph. So we're going to say paragraph, so it's going to do it around objective, and we're going to hit OK. Now that looks pretty good. I'm going to deselect here by clicking there. We got a little bigger, bold, italic, and we got this nice line going across we made with our border. Now we want to do that for the next four. Let me show you a cool tip here. Click up on the Home tab, and if you don't see it in the tutorial, it's up above here. First, put your cursor in objective, the one we just formatted. You can highlight it if you want, but just the cursor in there is fine. Then go up here in the, I gotta be on the Home tab. Go up here, and you see this little paintbrush right underneath Home. It says Format Painter. So with our cursor here, or selected, click on Format Painter, and that's going to copy all the formatting there. The size, the font, the bold, the italic, and even the border. Now your cursor is going to look a little different with a paintbrush on it. Drag it across education carefully, and let go, and it just did the exact same formatting there. Now with education selected, click on the Format Painter again up here on the Home toolbar. Drag it across work experience, and you now have that one properly edited. Click back up on Format Painter. See, it's copying the one that's selected there. Drag it across volunteer experience. Now volunteer experience is formatted and selected. So click up Format Painter one more time and drag it across references. So now we just format all those the same, and it was that easy. Not bad so far, is it? Okay, now we're going to go into these things that we already typed in here. We're no longer using Format Painter, but I'd be on the Home tab for now. Drag across Capilano College. Of course, you get this nice little shortcut pop up. Go ahead and hit bold. Then right underneath it, Administrative Assistant Certificate is italic. So highlight that, click italic. Then we're going to highlight computer skills down through internet communications. And then that's a bullet. So we can either click over here on the shortcut for bullets, or it can go way up above here on the toolbar. Either one, put in traditional looking black bullets. That's the default. There are other options of bullets, but we want these ones. Now we're going to go down to this next section here, highlight Point Grey Secondary School, and make that bold. And then skip down to the next table, highlight Best Bookkeeping, make that bold. Highlight Office Assistant Part-Time right underneath it. That's going to be italic. And then highlight the next three. And those are going to be bold, and bulleted. And you can do the bullet shortcut right here on the top. Now we're going to go to the next one and do Camp Hada. Drag across Camp Hada, make it bold. Office, that's going to be Camp Counselor Summers. Okay, somehow I already got that in italic. Okay. Don't select responsibilities included. I've had students do that. That's not supposed to be bulleted if you look at your sheet. But the three under it are. So highlight the next three underneath responsibilities included. And then just go up, you can do the shortcut on there, or go up above the bullets, either way. Okay, it's looking pretty good right now. We got Mother's March is also in bold. That's in the next one. And then we have the Student Activities Coordinator right here. That's supposed to be italic. Just that one there. Make it italic. Okay, we're pretty darn close to being done here. So it's looking pretty good. We got to get rid of the borders on the tables. Yep, we love our tables for formatting, but we don't want to see the borders around them. So click on the first table here. You're going to see a little plus thing pop up here. Double click on that. That selects the entire table. Now, let's see what this here is. That deletes table. We definitely don't want that. Okay, here's a little borders pull down shortcut there. Go to no border and deselect, and voila, there it is, it's gone. Now there's another option you can do. Well, let me go to the next one first. I click in here, double click on this little box that appears. Okay, instead of the shortcut, I'm going up to the design toolbar. You may not see it up here. And I'm going to borders, and I can pull down to no border. Does the exact same thing. And then I got one more to do. So I'm going to click in here. Double click that little box that appears there with the plus in it. I'll do the shortcut this time. Does the exact same thing. Go to no border and deselect. So now this is looking really nice. You see the power of the tables in here. You can do really nice formatting, really easy. Okay, and double check you got everything on here. I think that's about it. So if you got all that on here, you can go ahead and do your final save to update, or you may already be on autosave, like most of the time we are. And then you're going to need to do your save a copy. So go to File. I don't know how much of this you'll see in the tutorial. Go down to Save a Copy. Then make it in OneDrive. Okay, I can't really bring this. Oh, I can bring it down, but good. You can name this here Tableresume. Okay. And then pull this down. We want a PDF. Well, it should have saved your first one. We're making a copy now. So the copy is going to be a PDF. So we can submit it. So we'll make a PDF, Tableresume, click on more options here, go to your desktop. Now if you don't have a folder there already, which is okay, I would make a Word folder maybe, but it's up to you. You can just save it on the desktop for now. I'm going to name mine Tableresume Sample, and that's only for me because I may use it for a sample, and I'm going to hit save. Okay, now I should have a PDF version of it. It may open up a PDF reader, and if it does, you don't need that open, so I'm going to close that. So there we are, we're done. We got our Tableresume done, it looks good. Hopefully you got yours all done. exported as a PDF, looking great. And this is my first Snagit tutorial, so we'll see how this turns out. I'm taping it in my classroom. So if it turns out good, it will be posted very soon. So good luck on your assignments.